Welcome to Monkstown. I'm Séamus and I'm going to have the pleasure of introducing you to the history of this fascinating area. You'll hear of historic buildings, remarkable residents. You'll hear of a significant political eviction and remarkable humanitarianism. I'll draw your attention to local detail that's often overlooked but which tell a little story of our past. And finally, you'll also literally hear the Monkstown stream, the hidden Monkstown stream that meant so much to the history of Monkstown through many centuries. Obviously, the most significant building in Monkstown is the Church of Ireland Parish Church here behind me. Built in 1789, it replaced an earlier church in the Carrickbrennan graveyard. The church was subsequently greatly enlarged in 1831 when it drew a lot of criticism for the design. Local architects John Semple Sr. and Jr. were responsible. Much more elaborate, not at all characteristic of church architecture. One commentator described it as follows. He said, "There is not one point on which the eye can rest without pain." But we think it's an absolutely delightful structure nowadays. It's well worth visiting as well. The interior walls are bedecked with commemorative plaques, and there's one particularly modest little plaque to which I always draw attention. It celebrates the three Pym sisters who lived in Alma Road and who were responsible for establishing the Leprosy Mission, an organisation that has saved the lives of many, many thousands over the years. Farther up Carrickbrennan Road, also in view, is St Patrick's Church, the Roman Catholic Church. Named for St Patrick, there are many details in the design which evoke the history of St Patrick. There's an image of St Patrick meeting King Lear, who was the High King of Ireland at the time. That's the same King Lear as gave his name to Dún Laoghaire. The ring really gets its name from this circular flower bed, and the entire area has been marvellously restored and renovated by DLR County Council in recent times. The ring itself, nice example of ironwork and masonry, just evokes something of the period of the Victorian times. It's also important to draw attention maybe to the shop fronts, which display a characteristic that's commonplace in many villages. You have the delightful shop sign of Dempsey Brothers, Vittlers, and you might wonder why the wall of a butcher shop is tiled. Well, it really has to do with the fact that at certain times of the year, carcasses were hung outside and it was easier to clean blood off the tiles. You'll often see it on old butcher shops. Goggins. The Goggins family came to Monkstown during the 1840s, and they were accomplished carvers of bog oak. On the threshold of the barber shop of Grafton Barbers, you'll see the word Salve. This used to be a pharmacy, and entering the pharmacy, essentially you're wished good health. The pharmacy moved next door, and in Cosgrave's pharmacy nowadays they've retained the antique interior. It's a marvellous step into the past. Behind the Church of Ireland is the old schoolhouse, built in 1791, one of the few Georgian period houses in Monkstown, faithfully restored in recent times. Many of the old photographs of Monkstown at the time of royal visits, for instance, show parades, grandstands and throngs of people welcoming the royal visit coming in from Kingstown, or Dún Laoghaire as it is now. The reason there was a large reception at this point is that this street coincided with the boundary of Blackrock Urban District Council. So the great and good dignitaries of Blackrock came to the boundary to welcome King Edward, Queen Victoria, whomsoever, on their royal visits.